And hello everybody, welcome back to the last episode before the new DLC Bright Harvest is coming out. And in this episode, well, we do wrap things up a bit here. So first of all, something I'm doing is that you probably wouldn't like is I'm getting rid of Bente. So hopefully by the end of this episode here, I will be having all her shares and destroying her. The reason for that is that Bente is really not doing anything. And she's no use to us, and she's just here taking the space of Hugo Mercier. So my hope is that once we get rid of Bente, that Hugo Mercier takes the place here again, because we are allied with Hugo at the moment, and he's constantly at war with the pirates. Every time that happens, my reputation gets diminished to 0 once again, and we really can't have that. Because I want to get my relationship up there with him too. We do have the other one here, we do have Carl Leonard. Problem with him is, well, he is bugged out, so at the moment we cannot do anything with him. He's non-existent in the game, but his icon doesn't disappear. That's the problem with the AI shipyard a bit, but other than that, we should be fine. So once we get rid of Bente, she's really no use to us anyway, and she's quite weak already, so let's just get rid of her to get the action of a stronger opponent back. Now, what we still have to do here is, well, we do have some salvaging to do. We do have, as far as I can see, yep, another treasure hunt here. So let's dive down there. That is one of our treasures, probably the Herdsman Journal. Oh, it was the map from Vicente, but it's just a mortar, something that we really don't need. So let's get rid of it. And we found another hunt already. There's the other one, so they're very close together. Non-aggression pact with Carl, let's do that. Gets us a bit of reputation there. And now our salvager is going for that last one here. That's something. While my salvager is on its way in the Arctic, we do have something else. We do have another huge quest up here, a mammoth task, and we have to do that. Actually, that takes priority here because it's only 8 minutes on this one now, and we need to follow the icebound mammoth here, or the remains of it, and perhaps we find something of worth out of this one here. There it is. Oh, and this is looking cool. There we have that icebound mammoth.
Some sort of mammoth graveyard.
Pick it up. That is the quest item here, and deliver that to... Oh, deliver to Sky Trading Post. Doesn't matter to which one, I guess. Let's take it up here to our Arctic Plateau. And then we can finish this quest here. That is from one of our engineers, that quest. And there's an unknown reward for that. A technician explains that mammoths would have roamed free all over the northern hemisphere during the Ice Age. He's excited by the prospect that some might be found suspended in ice to the northwest. Alright. So, eager to see what we get out of this one here. The airship is coming in, and we can turn it in. And, oh, we get a legendary mammoth for the museum. Really nice. That is a cool item. Let's load it onto our airship here, and let's get the airship there to Cape Trelawney right away, because we want, of course, to have that in our museum there on display. Beautiful. Now the other thing is the treasure hunt here. Let's have a look at that. The last one that we have here in Transfall, that is the Herdsman Journal. Alright, a regal gold ring for the museum. So we do have a few things for the museum, and I actually promised that we would have a museum in the Riverland. So let's get that. Let's get those artifacts here to the Riverland. So up here we might just have a nice museum then. In the Riverland anyway, what we still need to do is, because as you can see, farmer workforce is a bit low, and for Bright Harvest we'll need lots of farmers. So in that case here, let's have an additional district. So we can still add a few buildings here, because this is rather close to our marketplace. And that is something we definitely should do. That is fine. And let's see which... Oh yeah, we also have a bit of empty space here that we can use for some trees. Perhaps a little well here for the horses. The same here. Then a bit of grass here. We don't need to have trees everywhere all the time. I like grasses too. That's just there. And what we can even have is, well, flowers. Something like that in the middle here. So the riverlands do look a bit more beautiful there. the gaps that we have. Same thing here. Making it a bit more beautiful. And up here, right, so let's have a look. There we do have the road connection. And here we probably just have, well, the museum. And for that, let's have these buildings there with smaller gardens around them as well. Something that I have over here in Crown Falls. And the cool thing is we can just copy that from another island onto the Riverlands. Let's take this one here.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
And we can go over there. Of course, it's turning then to farmers, but that's fine. And then we have that up here. This is looking really cool. I like that. So at the edge of the town, we do have those gardens and stuff like that. Look at that. Really pretty and so much greener, the whole thing. Oh, and we got a new item here. Colonel Barsagli. Expedition bonus. Yeah, let's just accept him. He's not really important though. And of course, what we still need is some roads here. Now, I only have dirt roads at the moment. It's the Riverlands, but we're going to add paved roads there soon. Yep, that's a pretty sight. And around that, let's see, over here, oh, the last marketplace is far away, so we should have a marketplace here somewhere in that area there. So let's get rid of those houses there. And I'm pretty sure that we need a pub then here as well. So that we have the marketplace. And we might just have... Oh, that's a really beautiful district there. Here we can have a pub. That's the pub by the clay pit, it's called. And of course a fire station. But let's have the fire station here. Right, and there we have the pub. And around the pub, well, I usually like to have apple trees around the pub. Just love the idea of that. Getting the cider out of those trees there right away. Just where we have the pub. Nice one. A new district has been born. A few more farms that we get out of this one. And here we can then have, well, the museum for that. So that we have the museum. Fortunately for us, well, influence is not big of a deal. So let's have the museum here. And the Riverlands, they do have a nice museum attached to them. Where should we have it? Here. I think that's a good spot. Like that. Very good. And then let's use the paved roads for this one here though. Right away. I like the Riverlands. A nice little cute town with beautiful buildings. And here, let's see, we do need once again. Oh, what is that? That is my Neptune's gift. Let's actually get the mammoth to Riverlands. Right, and here we do of course want to have some fences again. It's not going to be the biggest museum, but it still should be something to look at. And then we're having the fence over here. Probably ends then here. There we can have the curve, right, and this is going all the way up there. That's fine. A nice little cozy museum that we have here. We just need the plots now, so we can have plot here. Going up here, the plots. What I don't understand, where was the problem here? Oh, right, this one here. That's my mistake. So up here, of course, we have that one, yeah. Going all the way over there. So let's get rid of them again. Then we can build that like so. Right, or kind of, there is one spot, but that's fine. And in the middle then, we can have, let's see, a little paving. Alright, here we go. A new museum for the Riverlands. I think this is looking pretty, and it's looking also really compact. So what we can still do then later is, well, we can have a few more buildings around this one if we want to. And I think that's exactly what we can do here. So those farmers, we might actually just have some artisans here then out of those guys or something like that. So here we have a few of them, and then here on the other side, far outside, having a few of those. Why not? Lots of green area here. This is looking fine. What we can still do, oh yeah, I really like how the Riverlands turn out there. Here we can still have a smaller pub or something like that, so people can really enjoy a nice day here at the edge of the world, more or less. They still need a road connection here. Pretty. Oh, this is looking really nice. And in that regard, oh, those guys up here. I definitely would love to live here. This is a nice spot. This one there. A marketplace, I think, is still something that's missing, so we can have that here. Right on. Then perhaps the gazebo park or something like that. Let's find it real quick. There it is. Gazebo Plaza. Here at the edge of the world, where people can watch also here, perhaps. Oh. Okay, Old Nate's airship is passing by. I mean, look at that. I really would love to live there. And when you go outside, you have this gazebo park here. And if you go to that, oh my. Absolutely amazing. How far you can then also look. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I really love the Riverlands. There is already someone discovering with his horse. That's a nice one. And yeah. That's the Riverlands. What I can see is that we still have those guys here without a road connection. And then, of course, we might just add them as workers or something like that. So they do have everything now. We just need to wait there a bit. There is something here that we could still use. So let's have a look there at our ornaments. And perhaps we can use, let's see.
Your people are starting to get sick.
This one. That's actually not enough. A duck pond. Yeah, a duck pond. Surrounded by some grass. Smaller duck pond that we have here as well. Oh, the Riverland, small but beautiful. This area around it. So what we still need is for the museum, well, a few items. And what I shouldn't forget is, well, continue purchasing. She actually purchased the share back here. I think in the old world we still have her. Yeah, there we can still continue purchasing the shares. So at some point we're going to get rid of her, not in this episode, unfortunately. The Admiral has a quest for us, but we're not doing that. I thought it was Hugo, but that's fine. Let's go back. And I think my ship is here. Yeah, with the... And my airship has arrived as well.
Oh, yes. Why not comb monkeys instead? Feel free.
That's a pretty cool one. The mammoth. I like that. And there it is. Turn it around. That's a really cool one. And then we have the Olympian Temple here in the Riverlands, and then one more, the Regal Gold Ring, something like that. So we still have a bit of room left there for more artifacts that we can display here then on this one. And now that we have them, the first visitors are arriving here as well. So as we can see, only farmers at the moment are visiting. We can see that by the cloth, because when we go, for example, to Crown Falls, what we can see is that people here are much better dressed. So that is something that is working out now. Very good. What we still have is in the new world. In the new world, there's still a new production that we still have to do. So really the last production chain for now. And that is for Port Royal. Well, let's have a look. My people want something here that we don't have quite a lot of things here. But what we can get those things, but what we definitely cannot get is the bowler hats. So that is something that we still have as a new production. What I can see though is that farmers is low. So let's have a look at Kingston. Is something wrong here? Nope. Nothing wrong in Kingston.
Game saved.
No idea, but we do need more farmers. That is something we can do here. There should be a connection, yeah. So Kingston, of course, is not one of the better cities, so but Port Royal. And Port Royal, though, well, actually, we do have a bit of space over here where we can have more buildings. Let's do that. Port Royal still can grow. That's a good thing. And what we actually might do here in Port Royal, that is something interesting. That is another park area. So like that we did with the Riverlands just now, what we can have here is one of those Honolulu residences. Right, we should be able to do that. We have plenty of ornaments here. We just need the fence ornament. Oh yeah, something like that. With
Your people are healthy again.
With palm trees, that is. Here, and then on that side, down here. And then a little corner. Right, and there we have a little compound of this building here with a little garden around it with some palm trees to spend shadows, and here to have a garden bench there where those people can sit.
No.
I like this one.
Unspeakably
So the only
awful.
thing that we need to do now with this one here is, well, we need to copy it. So of course we have it on the other side there too. And then on that side. And thus we create a whole new district, and we could do the same thing on the other side than here as well. And perhaps even, can we actually squeeze them in here? It looks like it. Yep. Very nice. We can actually squeeze them in over here, and then we just have a street connection then over there. I really like this one. Having a little luxury district here in Port Royal. Of course, we do need a marketplace for those guys. And we probably will need a chapel or some sort like that here as well. There it is.
Only a sheep would bar and nod.
On that side. And yeah, we can still, of course, squeeze in a few more here. So 2 more here. Just beside the chapel. And here. I like this one. Very nice. There we have a whole new district now. And of course, I just need to wait a bit, and then I'm going to upgrade them to Obreras there, because this is then looking even better. And here
Game saved.
we have here in Port Royal this very long avenue. And of course, in that avenue, let's have a crossing here. Crossing here. Then we get rid of those streets here. So Port Royal is looking better and better now. And actually, all I wanted is the bomb bins. Right, and then we can have some palm trees there. But once you start with beautification, you can't stop. At least I cannot stop. And I just have to go on, and we are going to have palm trees here. For that side here, looking good. And there they're popping up. And this construction area is blocked for some strange reasons. Okay, we cannot do anything there in the middle. I don't know why. Probably because of the sailing shipyard. Let's move that one over here for now. But I was able to do that. But yeah, well, I'll have to look at that. But it's looking fine. Over here now, our Honolero. Let's go back to Riverlands, because I think what we can do over here is upgrading our farmers. Very nice. 2 workers, and that just adds more beauty there to those districts. Much better. Let's have a few farmers, a few workers here as well. So the closer we get to the museum up there, we still have enough farmer workforce, so that's fine. Beautiful. The Riverlands are beautiful, and Port Royal is more beautiful as well. So we didn't really go with the bombins, so let's do that. Bombins. We do need a free slot, free spot for them. Port Royal, of course, well, it doesn't have that much, but yeah, we actually do have a bit of space over here, and we do have enough workforce, so I don't think we are going to grow Port Royal there any further. And in that case, let's use this district here, because I think we have everything for the bombins, which is the alpaca and which is the cotton, both of which we have plenty of. So let's have a marketplace here. Then we have the alpaca farm, something that we can have over here. Oh, it's actually 4 modules. That's quite a lot. That should be doable though. Four of them, and then the felt producers, so that's 2 of the felt producers, and then we do need the cotton plantation. Has the same ratio here, so 4 cotton plantations. We can have them over here. Actually, they're not taking that much space. That's a good thing. Beautiful. And 2 cotton mills. And then we can have the bombin weaver. 2 of them we can afford. And we can actually squeeze both of them in here, where we already have a marketplace. I think it does fit to those buildings here, you know, having those bombin weavers here. So that's the last production chain. A rather easy one, but it's working now. We have a few fields here. We're using a bit more workforce there, and my people can finally wear some hats, because that's what they want, right? And yeah, we can actually upgrade them now. I think with the gardens, that looks pretty cool. Yeah. Looks very rich indeed. They should be able to upgrade though, all of them. Yeah, it's just a matter now they need to grow there. They do have 100%, so that's fine. But this is looking pretty. I like it a lot.
I try to like people a little more every day.
She still likes me, Bente, even though we're purchasing shares. We can do that. Let's purchase another share here. We should be able. Yeah.
Thank you for the
Check copy.
Oh, and we do have another newspaper propaganda there as well. Let's go with some minus consumption again. And people are happy. The grass is never greener on the other side. And there we can have more shares. It's so free, so good to have no limit on the influence. To just spend as much as you like.
You want to finance the museum.
Especially if you have all of that. Now this is fine. We do have now nice Riverlands there with the museum at last. We do have the last production chain, the bombin weavers. And yeah, what we still have, because in Bright Harvest we're going with Siffington here, which is going to play a major role in the DLC, because Bright Harvest focuses on the farming. So here we have our farmers, and we already have a train here, and we are going to need that train here soon for those farms. And with that, see you on Tuesday when the new DLC releases. Stay tuned.